so we can take our notes later and post the minutes online. And I guess we will go ahead and get started. We may have one or two people joining us in the next couple of minutes here in the room, but in the meantime, let's see, I have to clear a couple of things from my screen so I can actually see. In the meantime, how about we go around? We can do a quick there we go. There's everybody. We can do a quick introduction of folks in the room and then online. So, so here, I'll kind of turn this around this way in the room. Would you like to introduce yourselves?
My name is Chet Roby from Killeen. I am affiliated with Texas Motorsports as a rider coach.
Thank you.
I'm David Burnett from Hutto, Texas, from the Hill Country BMW Riders.
Crystal O'Rear from Texas A&M Transportation Institute.
And I'm Laura Higgins from the Texas A&M Transportation Institute. And let's see, I'm going to go down my list of, well, actually I have Kathy introduce herself. I think she's our other TTIer here today.
I am Kathy Brooks with Texas A&M Transportation Institute, and welcome. Glad everybody's here.
And I'm just going to go down. I've got an alphabetical list here, plus a couple of numbers that I can't tell. So I'll start with my alphabetical list, and then I'll go to our numbers. April Harris Ramos.
April, come on.
April, are you able to unmute yourself and say hi? And if not, we'll say hi to you and come back. All right. How about Carrie Nickel?
Yeah, this is Carrie Nickel. I'm a sponsor, a motorcycle safety school sponsor of Lone Star Bikers in the DFW area and Amarillo.
Thank you. Deanna.
Hi, I'm Deanna Blevins. I'm from Kerrville, Texas. I unfortunately lost my brother in a motorcycle accident, and I'm just trying to advocate and just be here and do whatever I can in regards to motorcycle safety.
Thank you for being here, and very sorry for the loss of your brother. That is very rough. Greg.
I'm Greg Todd. I live just outside Coppers Cove, part of the Patriot Guard Riders, and got an invite to check this out. So let's see what's going on.
Thank you. Let's see. Joe Morris.
Good morning. Joe Morris, Rig Riders MC and COC and I Region 3 Texas Defender.
Thank you. And oh wow, and then we have Joe, and we also have Joel. So Joel, you want to say hi to us?
Good morning, Joel Morris with San Jacinto Stubbs Harley Davidson Riding Academy Manager.
Thank you. Josh?
Hi, good morning. My name is Josh. I'm a rider coach in the Houston area, and I'm also a member of one of the task force committees.
Thank you. Micah?
Hi, I'm Micah Leonard. I'm with TTI, and I work in the Center for Transportation Safety, and I have the pleasure with working with Laura and Kathy.
Thank you. Maurice? Oop, Maurice left, so I scared him off. Leslie. Do we have Leslie with us? May not be able to whoops. May not be able to unmute. Okay. Madison.
Hello.
Hello. If you'd like to introduce yourself and tell us who you're with.
Sure. My name is Madison Marquez. I am in San Antonio. I work for the Motorcycle Safety Foundation.
Wonderful.
And yeah, so I just try and stay as connected to what's going on in rider safety in Texas as possible.
Thank you so much. Thanks for being with us today. Let's
Thank
see.
you.
Oh, thank you. Oh, Maurice is back. We'll see if Maurice can you unmute yourself?
I'm not sure if he can unmute or not. He's trying to be inconspicuous in joining the meeting
Gotcha.
today, I believe.
Gotcha.
I'm going to say good morning to everybody, but then for safety reasons, I'm probably going to have to not be talking because I'm driving and I'm
Gotcha.
right around the
Okay.
corner there. Yeah, I'm over on the test track. So.
Good deal. Thanks, Maurice.
As much as I can.
Thank you so much. And let's see, breaking out of my alphabetical order here for a minute because Kylie just joined us. Kylie, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Kylie Lefevre. It's nice to virtually meet you all.
Thank you. Good to meet you as well. All right, let's see. Where was I? Finding my cursor here and moving down the list. Mona Lisa.
Good morning, everybody. Mona Lisa, traffic safety specialist in San Angelo, West Texas.
Thank you for being here this morning. We'll look forward to hearing from you some more in a few minutes. Nina.
Good morning. Nina Saint with Safeway Driving out of Houston. And I work with the driver education providers in the state to have motorist safety around motorcycles in their curriculum.
Thank you so much. Red. I don't know whether Red can unmute or not. If not, Red is one of our task force members, has been a coalition member for a long time. And is with TCOC and I in the Austin area. Let's see, who else has popped in? Oh, Mike Valentin's with us now. And may not be able to unmute. All right, let's see, who else do we have here? Nikki?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, would you like to introduce yourself to everybody?
Sure. So I'm Nikki Regna. I am with Boundless Rider. We're a motorcycle and power sports insurance MGA. And I head up the marketing and insurance product for our team.
Thank you so much. Thanks for joining us. Let's see. Thank you. Savannah.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Savannah Bernal, and I work at Dawsel Medical Center in El Paso, Texas. I'm a trauma injury prevention coordinator. So it's good to be here with you guys this morning.
Thank you so much. We're so happy to have you. Stephanie.
Hi, this is Stephanie Carvajal Atilano. I am the traffic safety specialist for the El Paso district.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Stephanie. Van James.
Hello, everyone. My name is Van James Mayfield. I'm the statewide program manager for TxDOT. And thank you for having me. It's good to see some of my partners in here as well, my TxDOT brothers and sisters. So I'm glad to be a part.
Thank you so much. And then let's see. So we've got we've got 3 people that I'm showing up with phone numbers, and I'll just read out your area code because we got 3 different area codes. So we have someone with area code 512.
Yes, that's me. My name is Jared. I'm actually at a College Station. I work for Texas A&M. I've been riding about 10 years, all of it with the Patriot Guard, and I got an invite to join this meeting. And considering I lead my group of friends all the time in our rides, I figure I'd call in and listen to it.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much. We have area code 713.
Maybe.
713 is being the strong silent type right now. We have area code 832.
Yeah, this is David Jones, Program Director, Rider Coach Safety on Two Wheels out of the Tomball area. I'm actually online for the video, but on the phone so I can hear better.
Perfect. Okay, excellent. Well, thank you so much. All right. Is there anyone that popped in after we started, or anyone that I missed? And we have another one in the room.
I'm Blake Harvey. I'm with Safety on Two Wheels as well. I'm from Houston area.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
So not that you had missed me, I just didn't know how to introduce because I am new here. So I will give you the short version of it. So Kylie, I recently, 2 months ago, my son was killed in a motorcycle accident. So I have started a nonprofit, and I have a fire in my belly. I am advocating for CPR, motorcycle safety awareness geared towards youth, and for organ donation. And I would like to use that nonprofit to start doing scholarships for kids who are not necessarily academic, but who are going into a trade school. So I also on the 21st, take my writing part for the motors to be licensed to join the board for Look, Learn, and Live.
That is wonderful, Kylie. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All
And
right.
then
Well,
I could just
go ahead.
Go real quick. Sorry, you might have already called on me, but of course, as soon as you jump on a meeting, somebody has to call you.
Absolutely.
They just know.
No, please, April. Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, my condolences to Kylie. Thank you for sharing with us. I'm April Ramos. I'm with the National Safety Council, and we have a grant from TxDOT to do employer traffic safety for the state of Texas. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much. And then I just noticed, I think it's a new name that I didn't see before, Benson Kilgore. And Benson may not be able to unmute. So, okay. Is there anyone else that I have missed or was unable to unmute before? Okay. Well, thank you all so much. Again, this is a wonderful group. We are so glad to have you with us today. I'm sorry that, again, we don't have the full AV setup so you can see the whole room all the time. But we will, we've got a few things to go over today. I guess, first of all, Kathy, are there any announcements we want to take care of right off the top?
I'm thinking, yes, there are.
There's we have one from Crystal.
I'll come to you.
Okay. Crystal's going to come over and I'll give her the camera.
Whew, howdy, everybody. My name is Crystal O'Rear, as I mentioned earlier, and I work here at Texas A&M Transportation Institute. And I work with Cody Stewart on our Unlicensed to Ride project. And last fiscal year, we developed an online site that's basically going over everything that anybody would need to know about how to get licensed in the state of Texas. And as part of that project for this grant year, one of the things that we are looking for is feedback from stakeholders on the site as to, if we need to add anything, if we need to remove anything, visually how it appears, things like that. So if you are interested in taking a look at that for us, can you please leave your email in the chat, and then I will come back to that later and we'll get it sent out to everybody when that time comes. Thank you.
And that is actually on the Look, Learn, Live site under training and licensing, I believe. Yep. So I'll drop that in the chat as well.
Yeah, perfect.
Take a look at it.
No.
No, don't do that. I won't do
No,
that.
that's the whole purpose. It's later on in the grant year. We're going to send it out to everybody so that they can give feedback. It's not, we're not ready for that yet.
Oh,
That's why
okay.
send your
like,
email. Yeah. Send your email. Yeah.
Crystal, about what? If you're interested in a focus group, that what it is?
I don't think it's a focus group. I think we're just sending it for feedback. I would have to look specifically at that part of the grant, but I think that's all that we're doing. And like I said, we're not to that point yet, but we figured we could get some good feedback from this group if anybody's interested. So I was going to start a compilation of email addresses for that part when we get there.
Good deal.
So,
So
go ahead.
we can't open our Christmas gift yet. We have to wait.
Exactly.
Gotta wait.
Exactly.
Okay, Crystal, is it C-Orear, O-R-E-A-R?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'll put that in the chat. Contact Crystal if interested in a feedback group.
Thank you.
So yeah, Laura, whatever you just flipped to, that's the next announcement.
Yes. So, I'm playing with, I'm being clever, trying to do two screens here. Is it going to let me move it? No.
Just cover up the presentation. There's nothing. There's no meat in that today.
All right. Good deal.
While you're doing that,
while I'm trying to recover from my self-inflicted. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing the presentation for a moment. There we go.
Deanna, you wanted to get more involved in Look, Learn, Live. Send me an email.
All right, what I'm trying to put on screen here, there we go. Maybe we'll try to move that over.
You're not sharing.
I know. Well, I'm sharing, but it's.
You're sharing. I can see it. So what Laura is sharing is that for the first time ever, TxDOT has actually put into, and I don't remember the name of it. That's what I was looking at. That
it's in their roadway design manual, and this covered and this covers really a lot of what they do in terms of highway engineering.
So we now have a chapter in the roadway design manual for motorcycle design considerations, including through construction. So that is a big win for us. They now have to consider us. Before it was just cars, trucks, and big trucks. You see the big crashes for those. So
where's the website?
And we will put that website in the chat so you all can find this. And this is a lot of thanks go to TxDOT engineer Jane Lundquist. She has spent a lot of years trying to get this into practice, and we owe her her and others a big debt of thanks for this. So I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to close, and then I'm going to momentarily close the PowerPoint so that I can undo whatever silly thing I just did with blowing it up huge. Before I do that, I'll go ahead and drop the website in the chat. Maybe. There we go. Come back.
How do I get to the chat to get these websites?
I can provide it to you as well.
that's what the
and we'll share this out afterwards.
Yeah, we'll send out the notes will be posted on the website after this meeting, and they will include the links to a lot of this stuff that we're doing. Okay, you got the online manual. I'll quit looking for it then.
I know there's like a whole agenda, but if there is at any time, a couple minutes that I could share some good news about what I have progressed in, I would love that time.
We do have a section just for that, Kylie, a little bit later in the agenda.
Perfect.
Yes, perfect. Yes, we'll call on you during the open forum. Right.
Well, actually, on the update section, yeah, I was thinking of you when we were doing that along with some other people. So
that's right. Yes, the updates. Perfect.
Yeah. Any other announcements? Oh, the Motorcycle Safety Forum save the date is the 2nd, 3rd of May. I'm meeting tomorrow with our events folks to try to see if we can nail some of that stuff down. We thought we were going to have it in conjunction with the Rot Rally. However, I think they quit doing the Rot Rally. Their website is down, and what we heard through some of our folks, the journalists, said that they heard that it was a bad experience and they were not going back out to the Bastrop area. So don't know what's going to be happening with the Republic of Texas rally, but we will still plan on doing the forum on the 2nd and 3rd, still probably in the between Austin, San Antonio, Bastrop area, that triangle in there somewhere. Another announcement is, if you haven't already and you know of somebody who is doing some work above and beyond, have their own little personal campaign to increase motorcycle safety in Texas, please nominate them for an award. The awards nominations are open. We'll be closing up in February so that the task force can review those nominations and make the selections for presentation at the Motorcycle Safety Forum in May. I think those are the only announcements I had.
Okay, good deal. Let's see, I believe then I will turn it over to our guest speaker today, who is Mona Lisa Fisher from the San Angelo district. She introduced herself a little bit ago, and she's going to talk to us a little bit about what all she's got going on in San Angelo for motorcycles. So
Yes.
we'll
Thank
stop
you
sharing
all.
my.
So, one of the things, so this meeting, I got really excited about it because there's so many. I love seeing my Kathy and April and Laura, all the other girls, ladies that I do know. So it's really good to see you guys again, and your smiley faces. I just love it. But man, I'm excited about the new people on this call.
Yes.
I mean, come on, this is awesome. Motorcycle riding is not going away. So we just need to to see new people and new advocates, out there. I'm just super excited about it. So welcome to all the new faces out there. Again, I did leave my email in the chat. And so if I can help you, anybody out in any way, Kathy, April, Laura, they can vouch for me. I'm okay. And but I would love to help out. I'm very passionate about motorcycle riding, and more so motorcycle safety. So that being said, I am in the San Angelo district. I've been with TxDOT for 12 years, and I'm a motorcycle rider. Now I'm a three-wheeler, so I do ride a Can-Am Spyder. Whether you agree with that's a motorcycle or not, it's really about the experience, right? And we love being out there just as much as two wheels. So that being said, I'm in San Angelo, huge advocate for motorcycle safety. So some of the things that I've done here at San Angelo is that a couple of things. I started a motorcycle safety coalition. And reason being is that we have a lot of riders here in town, and we have a lot of three-wheelers and two-wheelers, but we're also a pass-through city, so if you're going to the Three Sisters up in Lakey, or you're headed out to Big Bend, at some point, you're going to come through San Angelo. And that being said, is that we do get riders, that we do get motorcycle fatalities from people that are outside that live outside our district. Okay, 1, 2, and live outside our state. So, so I want to go ahead and share my screen. Some of the things that we're doing here in San Angelo that's been pretty. It's been very positive. Let me share. And then I'm going to do this one. Then I'm going to do this one. Let's see if we can get that going. Swap. There you go. Okay, so this is my coalition as it stands up today. So again, we have a wide variety of riders. And so, we've got MCs and RCs, we've got the CMAs, we've got independents. And so every year, So we started doing the city proclamation during May for Motorcycle Safety Awareness Month. That's been going on. And for a while, I've been in San Angelo 7 years. So for a while, it was just me and it was Gypsy right here. And so it was just us and maybe one or two other people. But since the coalition started and since a lot of people, because those injuries and fatalities have kind of knocked on their own front doors, we've got a lot more in attendance. And so this group is amazing. It's really, truly the brotherhood and the sisterhood that when we all get together, you feel that. So it's been really great. So this is our proclamation for May for Motorcycle Safety Awareness Month. And we meet, our coalition meets once a month, and we meet in the evening because, we all work, and so this gives them time to get home, get changed, get on their bikes and head over. This year in May, I had my second annual Blessing of the Bikes. This is, again, this was it's growing. I will tell you that. We had several vendors out this last May, and we held it at Word of Life Church because they have a huge flat parking lot. And the ministry out there is just really, really supportive of us. So this is the table we have out there. I'm going to show some pictures from the Blessing of the Bikes. And again, these are all my coalition members that come out and support us. We have the big balloon out there. And you can see some of the vendors in the back. And then you can see, this is my white spider right here. I need to point her out. She's been good to me. We do the posting of the colors. We do all the pledges. We have the pledge of the national anthem. We sing that, and then the colors are posted, and then we continue with the event. So it's great. This is the pastor that lives out here. He is also an avid rider. So these are some of the bikes, again, that show up. We've got several different, really shout out to the TxDOT employees that help me out. But it's a great time, to just kind of raise the awareness in San Angelo about motorcycle safety. And again, we do our prayers. Every bike gets prayed for and every rider gets prayed for. Some of the things, this is new this year, and we were super, super excited about it because if you've not, you've heard of the Three Sisters. I've never ridden them, I'm sad to say, but they're huge for our area. It's up in the Lakey area, Hill Country. And the fatalities in recent years have been horrific, absolutely horrific. And so I started meeting with the sheriff out there, the judge out there, the TxDOT employees out there. What can we do? What can we do to curb these fatalities and to let riders really raise that awareness to the riders as soon as they get on one of the sisters? The Three Sisters are very hilly, lots of tight corners, curves. And so, one can get excited and just kind of open up and take off. But before you know it, you're coming around a corner or you're coming around just a hairpin turn. And it's just been disastrous. So met with them. My idea was, hey, let's put some banners and billboards. Well, that's just added another distraction, right, to the riders. And so I had ridden out to Devine, Texas from West Texas to pick up a trailer for my bike. And I noticed these pavement markings on some of the roads further central and towards San Antonio. I was like, man, we've got to do this. This is the answer right here. So within a short time, we rearranged some projects and we got some pavement markings put down on the Three Sisters to just say slow, curve ahead. And look at this one. So we're just hoping that, when the riding season picks up again, in the spring, that we're going to see less and less fatalities and injuries because they've just been horrific. So this is a positive thing for our motorcycle community. the other thing that's really cool about the coalition is that, these riders, they're out there on the road, right? They are out there all the time, some riding the same road for many, many, many years. So when they come to my coalition meeting, what they do is, hey, there's a section right here in San Angelo. It's just rough. It's super rough for motorcyclists. And, we need to, what can we do to get it cleaned up? And so that's been really positive. We had a hairpin turn on getting on from Cristobal Road onto the loop. Really, really super rough and bumpy. And talked to the engineers here in special ops, and they were able to go out and do some milling and just kind of even that out for the riders. And so that's really a positive thing. And so for our riders to be able to see that their voice is being heard, their needs are being met out there. And so that's really, really good. And this is me and some of our group. I just love these guys. I mean, it's just, again, the brotherhood and the sisterhood is just a lot of fun. Sometimes you just can't beat it. And this is Gypsy and myself. This is what we love. We're very passionate about it. Very, very excited and looking forward to spring to start riding again. So that's my presentation. I can answer any questions or comments.
Mona, I'm watching the chat. So we did have a question about does the paint the paint on the road for those markings, does that get slick like the center stripes do?
Yes.
Yeah, good question. And so that was really a big concern, but they're textured, and so they do not get slick.
Fantastic.
I actually was at one of Mona Lisa's coalition meetings when they announced that.
Yeah.
It was a regular traffic safety coalition meeting, but and that was my first question too. How close to the curve are they? And are they textured to increase traction?
Right. Yes, they are.
Outstanding.
So no question.
I'm very familiar with that road. That is a very, very heavy chip sealed road, and any coating that's put on it is going to follow the texture of the chip seal somewhat, but any coating is going to degrade the traction when it's wet. I don't care how textured it is. But that is very, very aggressive pavement right there, that chip seal.
Is it? Okay.
Which is actually a little bit safer in the wet than just regular asphalt. Have a slight less tendency to hydroplane on chip seal than you do on smooth asphalt.
The paint is way before a perfect amount before the curve though. You're not worried about it in the curve.
Yeah.
So I didn't have a question, but I just wanted to say that I think this is awesome, and any win is a great win. So
yes.
So this is fantastic.
Mona Lisa, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Dave Jones here, Safety on Two Wheels. Part of the issue that's going on with the area you're talking about, yeah, the roads are bad and people need to be aware of this, but a lot of it is a lack of training. Texas has a drastic increase in unlicensed riders since I got into this game in 2017, over doubled. One of my friends, Chris Lipton, used to have a facility out there in Midland, and he talked to me about it, was going to let me try to take it over, but he couldn't even find anybody to run the classes out there because they can make more money driving a water truck. The only facility I know of is out of Abilene. He used to have a facility in San Angelo. The reason I'm bringing this up is we have been looking at expanding and opening up in other areas, primarily with the one-day course for the intermediate experienced riders, as well as the advanced rider course.
Right.
Do you have access, or can you help me knock on doors to open up over there? I have friends in San Angelo. I can be there in just about 5 or 6 hours any day you want. I've already found one location that was actually painted. I've been out there walking on it. It's at the fairgrounds. I contacted Kathy Rim at MSF, and they don't have record of anyone even having a facility in San Angelo. So my curiosity is, how is it painted for the BRC course, one, and two, wasn't recognized through MSF. So if you can help me connect up with those people, we will put something out there and start offering the classes for the one-day course during the weekends. And the neat thing about that is we're capable of sending people over here from Houston. I've got 5 rider coaches willing to go over there if need be till we get people trained. But all we need is the facility and a place to set up cones. And we'll start running classes from 10 o'clock in the morning. That gives people to come in from Midland and Odessa who are out there riding dirty all the time to come in and take a class, at least get their license and learn something, and then start having the advanced courses. Right now, the only advanced course in Texas is in Wichita Falls, Louisville, and then now in Tomball, Texas. That's it. That's the only 3 in the entire state of Texas teaching the advanced course.
Yeah.
We need to get one in your area. Can you help us?
I sure can. I sure can. My email is in the chat. And shoot me an email and let's kind of set up a meeting. We can do it over the phone, virtual, in person, whatever, and kind of hash this out a little bit more. I want to become a riding coach, really, really bad, because that's just, again, an extension of promoting motorcycle safety. But yes, a lot of riders still ride dirty.
I've actually been partnering with Be Crash Free since this year. They've been allowed to come into Texas and start training, and so I was participant in helping get some of the students on the first one in February, and then I actually hosted the Be Crash Free RCP class at our facility. We're probably going to do 1 or 2 more. We're going to host in other parts of the state, and we're willing to help fund that, being a nonprofit, to get rider coaches trained in other areas. So I can help you move that direction as well. I've developed a good relationship with Steve Kirsch, the CEO of the company, so we can work on that.
Would love it. You know, Kathy knows I've been wanting to be a rider, an instructor for a long time, a 3-wheel instructor, because that's what I am. I'm a 3-wheeler.
I'm just gonna say this. So Madison, if you'll put the bug in the ear at MSF, we are waiting for the RCP for 3-wheel only, so that people like Mona can become rider coaches, because she's not comfortable on the 2. She's only ever ridden a 3. And so going through the 2-wheel first to become a 3-wheel instructor, 3-wheel rider coach is a challenge. And we have more than Mona, but she's our biggest champion for that.
Well, and I tell you, you know, as a lot of riders are up in age now. And so handling a heavy bike is really hard. It's hard on the joints. It's hard on the knees. And so people are switching pardon me, to 3-wheelers. But 2, we have some that are just kind of now getting into it, you know, that are late bloomers and they don't want to deal with balancing a bike. That would be me. And so, yes, I would love to become that. But yes, I'm here to help in any way I can. I put my email in the chat. Whatever I can do, I'm available. Of course, I'd have to get permission from TechStop, but my heart is there, okay? My heart is there. So thank you all so much.
Good. I appreciate your willingness to get involved with this, and I will shoot you an email very shortly. We'll get going.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, Kathy and Laura.
Thank you, Mona.
Madison, I saw you put your camera on. Did you have something you wanted to throw in there too? See?
Oh no, I was just listening, writing some notes down, and I will, you know, I know with the RSL that came out this year and was held in a couple of Texas locations, I'm not sure where the 3-wheel only is, but I will certainly find out.
Awesome.
Hey,
Thank
and
you.
Madison,
we love that you're here, Madison.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So Madison, have a bike, we'll travel. So San Antonio is just 3 hours from me. So whatever you need, I can try to help out.
Sounds great.
And Mona, before you take off, I also had a question from Deanna asking how can they get that kind of markings for where her brother's accident happened. Need road improvements where her brother's accident happened.
Okay, so and where was that at?
Hi, it was Bull Verde area, Texas Highway 46. And I know there's actually been talks of improvements on possibly widening that road right now, but it is like a year plan type or a few year type of plan. So with that, the paint on the road, I just think right now it's like a 2-lane narrow spot. There's a curve, there's like kind of a hill spot as well. So I think that paint on the road could be absolutely amazing, you know, quick fix type of thing, ideally.
Yeah, and I will tell you, okay, it's not paint. These are vinyl sheets that get laid out. Yeah. So what I can do, if you shoot me an email too, I can put you in contact and maybe kind of do the legwork for you initially for the TxDOT office in San Antonio.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much.
Okay, you're welcome.
Yeah, I'll definitely be in contact.
Y'all were asking where a three-wheel only course was, correct?
I was specifically the
RCP.
trainer course, the rider coach trainer course for 3-wheel only, because right now to become a rider coach for MSF, you have to take a 2-wheel prep course, and then you can get certified on 3.
Right.
To teach, not to just learn, because we know there are some 3-wheel only for getting your training, your basic course and your license, but not for 3-wheel onlys to become rider coaches.
Okay, gotcha.
All right. So
all right, thank you all so much.
Yes,
Thank you, Mona.
Mona, so much. I am clumsily trying to get the presentation back up here. Let's see if I can.
And I was just looking at some of these. Vincent, I'm trying to read your
that's
your
not what I
long
wanted to
post
do.
here. Law enforcement has access to high-speed cornering courses put on by DPS or Fort Worth PD. So you're saying, Vincent, that there's a high-speed training going on in Fort Worth area? Oh, okay. You're saying that this, I'm sorry. Let me read this whole thing and then it'll make sense. MSF is so basic, cannot get around that, but it does not make a person a good writer. Everyone needs to take the advanced course. MSF does have an advanced writer course that does do high-speed cornering. This is not his quote. This is me. I'm interjecting. But it is, and then we do have people in the state that are trained on it. I think David is one that just recently was trained on it. I've been trained on it for a very long time. And it's hard to get people into those classes.
Yeah, we've got 5 other trainers that work with us at Safety on Two Wheels. We got them all trained through Be Crash Free for the advanced driver course. It does work with trail braking and speeds up to 35 miles an hour. But something even more interesting is I've gotten involved with Be Crash Free, and there's also the circuit rider course. Some people thought it's not existing anymore, but MSF is still supporting it. And we have partnered with Be Crash Free, and we have a facility at Lone Star College. We're holding our first CRC course the 22nd and the 23rd, 21st, 22nd, that weekend of February. We're going to start holding more of those. So the classes are there available. Reason we're pushing this so much is because we're not in this for money. We're in this for education and trying to get people better prepared. But we need to try to get some kind of a push. MSF did release something that there's incentives now. It's on their website. I post on my website for people to at least get their training. But if MSF could work with Motorcycle Industry Coalition to get more support for continued training or advanced training, that would go a long way for safety. So just my food for thought. That's why I'm wanting to put an advanced course out there in the San Angelo area.
And I do know that there is I believe there's one course in Central Texas that is the slow, kind of like the motor officer course. It's not an MSF course. It's a separate course that they're doing. And we'll try to find out that information and try to do that. So thank you.
Do we know if Peaks has ever considered doing one?
No, I have no idea. But yeah, Ride Like a Pro is out there, and I'm trying to remember the name of the other one, and I just don't have it off the top of my head. It would be interesting if we could set up some kind of a course on on the Relish airplane things. But
Yeah, I was just curious because I know, I mean, I frequent the local Harley Davidson a lot, and my buddy and I, we've been trying to find an advanced course or even like a civilian course that would teach us the same skills as police officers, just to become better riders. And we didn't know if Teeks maybe had ever considered something like that or anything like that, because when I work at Texas A&M, so I'm out at the Relish campus out there, and I've seen them out there practicing, and just never had a chance to ask them. I didn't know if they've ever considered doing like a civilian course.
I don't know, but we can put a bug in their ear about that. They do offer the Harley Davidson motor officer course out there. So that'd be interesting.
Then we had a comment right here. I'll turn the camera.
Just on a side note, there had been some communication in reference to the ARC. I heard a lot of information regarding the East Coast and south part of Texas. Texas Motorsports, which is in right around central Texas, also offers the ARC, and they've got several instructors qualified to teach the ARC. So that's another venue for the ARC, as well as the 3WBRC is also taught in that area.
Thank you.
That's Texas Motorsports. I believe they're in Killeen.
That is correct.
Yes.
I used to work for PERC out there. So awesome conversations.
All right. I think the next thing on the agenda is our task force update. Kathy, well, I know Maurice is on, but I don't know whether he can speak. Would either one of you like to discuss task force update?
I'll throw it out there. We are working on coming up with a primary target topic. It was narrowed down to 3, either impairment, licensing, or work zones. And I think right now the licensing is leading the pack in our feedback. Like trying to reach out for outreach to riders, outreach to law enforcement, outreach to the municipal courts and so forth about finding people who are riding without a license, and then their path to be able to take a course to get a license. And then if we can get some more of those one-day courses where they're using their own bike, like David at Safety on Two Wheels is trying to do, we can maybe get these folks licensed, get more people licensed. Our unlicensed fatality rate has been increasing dramatically over the last couple of years. So that's likely where we'll be headed. And that's what the task force has been working on. The second thing is the 2025 legislation is in this year. I know that the Texas Council of Clubs and Independents, TCOC&I, they just sent out a flyer on what their thing for Texas is. Laura, do you have that kind of handy?
I think I do. Give me a second.
Where they're going to be meeting at the Capitol to kick off their working on the legislation and what's out there. You can find out what bills are being submitted or being considered. We'll provide that link for you as well in the notes, and I'll try to find it and drop it into the chat. But it's if you want to follow anything that comes up for motorcycles, you can follow what's up there. They'll tell you what the changes are, who's in it. You can read what legislation is being put forward. Joe Morris just put in their House Bill 11081, motorcycle profiling, gang data page. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate it. Keep dropping them in there. But you can go online and follow those. They will, if they do get far enough to get to committee, they will have open comments that people can sign up for. This organization, the Texas Motorcycle Safety Coalition, is not a lobbying agent. We cannot go to the legislature in any way as a group or as representative of this group. So the best options are for each of you to know who your representatives are, where they stand on some of these, and then to follow those legislations and contact your individual representatives and share your personal convictions on those topics.
And sorry for the delay. I think I've got the flyer up here so I can share it, but I think that's something I think we can send that out with the notes as well.
Yeah. So we are not lobbying. We are just sharing information, making sure that that is a clear statement. So yeah, that's coming up in January. January 25th, 26th, and 27th, they'll be doing their information for legislation weekend. If you're interested in finding out more, you can contact them. ABATE is the other one. ABATE of Texas is another organization that is a lobbying organization. So if you want to get involved more directly, those are the two that are organizations to reach out to. Kylie.
Yes, I just had a question with all of these events coming up. Is there going to be one specific place where I could go to all these so that I can log them and try to be a part of it? Or I guess just will this all be documented in some place where I can go back and see these flyers and
Yes, we will put
website. Go ahead, Laura.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I was talking right over Kathy. So yeah, actually, Kathy, you go ahead and say it because
yeah, our meeting notes and the links and all of that will be posted for this meeting on the Look, Learn, Live website under the coalition for this meeting date. I will have to verify if Van James is still on the phone. He might be able to tell us now. If not, I'll circle back with him later. If it's okay to also post the handout or the flyer as a handout to this meeting, so that information's there. But we will, most of the information you can find is on the Look, Learn, Live website.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
And I think, and we usually do also put the meeting notes at the same time we post them to the website. We send a copy out through the Constant Contact. Oh, we don't?
We just send it. We just send a link. We just say the meeting.
Okay.
Everything's posted. Go see. If you missed it, go see it.
Gotcha. Okay. Thank you. So this is why I have Kathy say it, because she knows better than I do. She keeps track of details much better than I do. All right. So I think so. We're right on track. If we were scheduled for a break right around now, if everyone wants to take a break for about 5 or 6 minutes and come back at 11. We will continue. We'll continue our agenda. So we'll see all of you back here in just a couple of minutes.
Thank you. What's a URL address for Look, Learn, Live?
It is.
I just dropped the URL for Look, Learn, Live in the chat for the main website, and then the coalition, just click on the coalition. There were a couple of questions on the House bill legislature while people are still coming in and out or grabbing their drink. It's the search under the search engine looking for motorcycle, and then you can get more information. I put the link to this page in the chat. It will also be in the notes. So I want to say there's, yeah, no. And this is anything that mentions motorcycles. And on some of these, you can, if you log in, if you make a login, you can actually go in and ask for updates and to get notifications for searching some of this. So also the TCO CNI website link was put into the chat during the break.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So we have reached the point in our agenda. Our next thing is updates on other motorcyclist safety initiatives.
So Kylie, I was thinking of you when I stuck this agenda item in here. So this is your chance to shine. And anybody else who is doing something special in their area or would like to do something special in the area, please take a moment and shout out as well.
Okay, so I'm going to try not to get emotional. I will, I think it's important that I give a little bit of background of what has given me this drive. My son was only 17. He was on his way to school and he had a malfunction with his bike and he laid it down because he did not want to hit someone else. His bike did not actually hit a car. His body did. It caused no damage. And the woman, to get him out from under her car, thought the best course of action was to run over top of him. Someone thought that it would be appropriate to send me a video of my son laying dead in the street. No one did anything. They did not start CPR. When EMS got there, I know that from the police statements, he was alive and speaking. When EMS got there, it took them 15 minutes to get his heart beating again. I sat in the ICU with him day and night when they were doing his neuro checks. Every hour, the only way they could get him to respond is by twisting his broken bones. So I watched that for days. When I received that video, there was people surrounding him, and instead of taking action, they all had their phones out, videotaping my son dying. After I got that video, I sat in my car in pieces with my gun loaded in my lap. And I decided that I am not going to let my son die in vain. I am one of those people who is guilty of, I let my motorcycle license in New York expire years ago and drove without it. A very wise woman named Kathy Brooks told me, you know, because I want to be so proactive about this. I have a fire in my belly. You know, the organ donation, at first I thought it was a difficult thing to do, but I thought, what if I only needed one thing so that he could be here with me? And maybe I can prevent another family from feeling the pain that I feel. And I know that he saved several lives. It wasn't his choice, but my son was the person, one of the recipients got his eyes. My son was that kid who, if he met them, he would have said, and he thought they were a good person, he would have said, hey, have one of mine and we'll both see half. That's the kind of kid he was. So I'm doing this on my own with limited funds. I have multiple sclerosis, and I had a couple of strokes a few years ago. So it's slow going, but I got his EIN number. I hired an attorney. I made sure that everything is everything is copacetic, and like I'm doing everything the legal way. I have already filled up 4 yoga studios instead of yoga that day. They will be taking CPR seminars. I have a website plan. I'm just trying to save money so that I can get this website going, and it'll focus on the 4 things: motorcycle safety awareness, CPR, organ donation, and then it's called the Thomas Lefevre Foundation, and I would like to do scholarships in his name. I don't want him forgotten. I have a fire lit in my belly, and as soon as I get this website up and I can get this going, stay out of my way, because I'm like going full force with this. I have already been invited to speak at an event in May. And that's what I would like to do. I would like to go around and speak, because I think a lot of people have main character syndrome, and they never think something's going to happen until it happens to them. Never in my wildest dreams did I think that I would be sitting here as a mom feeling so broken. So it's like, this is a really important movement for me. And Kathy had told me, you know, when you do this motor, because it has to be a licensed rider. And I was like, this is so important to me. I'm going to get this done. Right now, I have no business on a bike, because a lot of it is your mental state. Even though that 5-hour course, like I could have easily breezed through that because I used to be licensed. It was, if you asked me to describe every single injury my son had, the scenarios they gave, it was very difficult and gave me flashbacks. So it took me 2 days to get that 5-hour course done. But I got it done. And like Kathy told me, keep an open mind. I learned a lot of stuff from taking those courses. So when I get the website up, it will be where people can allocate their money, whether they want it to go for CPR classes, whether they want it to go for the motorcycle safety, for me going to different places to speak at, or if they want it to go to the scholarship, or even if it's to get, I've already gotten some people who I know who are not licensed to sign up for courses. And so this is my, you know, my identity was Thomas's mom, and I felt like I had no purpose anymore. And so this is now my purpose. Like, I have so much passion, and I cannot tell you that there's not enough words for the people that I met in the community. Central Texas, they helped me put on a benefit. It made it to the news, and a YouTube influencer came out and filmed it. I'm happy to share that link if anyone is interested in watching it. But I really, like, I need to make a difference, even if it only reaches a couple of people. But like, I'm on a path for this. It's very important to me. And like, the support and the kindness that I have gotten from the people that I have met in different chapters, and the resources, you know, I'm not looking for, like, I'm going to put in the work. I'm not looking for handouts, but I want people to know our stories. And I want to save someone's mother, someone's brother, someone's father, whoever. from feeling what I feel now. So this is my new purpose in life. And so if there's any projects that you guys are working on and you need someone to put in work, or if there is anything that you would like to join me on, I am all in. I am all in, and I appreciate the community so much. Like even just the chats that I've had, people have been very healing. I found so many genuine people in the community, and I am so incredibly grateful. And like Kathy, you've been amazing. Um, so that's basically my story. So I officially have my EIN. I'm very excited about that, and hopefully I can save money enough. I am actually getting sued by the woman who ran over him for post-traumatic stress, for PTSD. So it's been challenging, but I feel so motivated, so incredibly motivated. And so I am happy to be there for any of you that need help, or if you need a champion to go do something. If you have any organizations that you think are important, or any anything that you're working on that you would like me to mention at the events that I speak at, I am happy to do that. So that's my story.
Thank you so much, Kylie. I know that was a
I'm
tough one
sorry
to tell.
for
No,
this.
not at all. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you being here. Really do.
Kylie, can you hear me?
Yes.
Wonderful. Where are you located?
I live in Austin, Texas.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kylie. Do we have any other updates on motorcycle safety initiatives from anyone else right now? It's a tough one to follow, Kylie. Thank you again.
I am so sorry. I just thought
No, not
it
at
was
all.
important to tell, like, I am on a
Absolutely.
mission. I am on a mission, and like anyone who is not for it, just be careful, because I'm coming in hot.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you so much. We look forward to having you in this community, and to doing what we can to help you. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I'm looking at thank you, Kylie. Kylie and I have spent a lot of time on the phone in the last week or so. But in addition to Kylie, I was thinking of a year ago in Victoria, the young man who was hit and killed on his motorcycle, putting together and that struggle there, and getting billboards and things out across Victoria, in the memory of I don't want to call his name wrong. But the other one was, I spoke with a lot of the traffic safety specialists this last week. It was Bo Hunter Meyer in Victoria, passed away a year ago last week. But also when I was talking to one of the traffic safety specialists, talked about her friend who was just a motorcyclist for a few months, and after going to a meeting, she was very slow, she was very cautious, and going out to dinner after their biker group meeting, with a friend and her friend's boyfriend. They left the restaurant and both ladies were killed before they got home. Different parts of town, different scenarios. So I'm hearing the same thing over and over again. And then Deanna, I believe you're sharing yours as well. I'm kind of thinking this is the faces of motorcycling. We love motorcycling. I've been on a motorcycle for, I won't say before I could walk, but it was pretty close thereafter. But it's something that's in our blood, and it's something that we love, but we also understand that there's risk. And we have a lot of folks out there right now without a license, without having training. They're not wearing helmets. They're taking higher risks than are necessary. They're going above the speed that they are capable of controlling for their skill level or for the roadway level. And how do we reach these people? How do we share the word? How do we reach the other drivers that are don't realize that they don't know what they don't know? They don't realize they don't see us. They don't realize why the motorcyclists got there faster than they thought they would. So I think in working together, this is what this coalition started as. And being able to grow this group and grow the support and grow the information going out is the best way that I can think of to address some of these. So I appreciate those that are reaching out. I appreciate the new faces in the room, and I welcome you to be a bigger part of it as we're moving forward. Kylie?
I just had something to add is I actually, the area where Thomas had his accident, I actually went to a town meeting, and there have been several accidents there. And so they actually just put in a bill to change how the street would be designed. So I'm very happy and excited that they're even considering making that a safer spot. And I'm just waiting for that to hopefully be passed. So I know that Deanna, that might be I don't know if it would be helpful. I'm not familiar with the area of where your brother had his accident, but the best advice I can give is I have refused to let people not listen to me. And so I went to that meeting and I made them hear me, not just listen, but hear me. And so that might be something that in your area you could do and advocate for.
And to piggyback on that, if you do have these areas, just like Mona Lisa shared in her presentation, is that they identified roads in their district that could be something done. So contacting the TxDOT district office, the engineers there, and let them know what those situations are. We now made this huge, I can't tell you how many years ago the research was done on barriers and other things that the roadway design did not consider for motorcyclists, but now it's in there. It may not get implemented. It doesn't have to be implemented until like 2026, but it can be implemented earlier. So if we do have those voices, work with your Texas Department of Transportation district offices. The engineers are the ones there that can help, and their information is actually available on the websites directly. And again, if you want any help or need any help in finding those, please don't hesitate to reach out to me, and I'll help put you in touch with the people. Nikki.
Yeah, hi. Apologies for being off camera.
No worries.
Yeah, right now. But something struck me, Kylie, with your story, and my heart goes out to you. But the idea of educating not just riders, but the drivers to know what to do if there is an accident, to do the right things as opposed to doing the wrong things and making matters worse. So I feel like there's an opportunity to find like EMS professionals or, you know, people in the medical profession. I know we have a trauma nurse on here to kind of go through different scenarios and teach drivers how to react when something goes wrong.
That's actually one of my goals, is setting up classes, renting spaces. Like once I can get the website up and advertising, like renting spaces, kind of like a, I don't want to say first responder, but the people at the scene.
Right.
Like I really feel like if you give people opportunities, and if I could fund it, because a lot of people, you know, they look for free stuff. So I really feel that like if you can educate people on CPR or what you should do before EMS gets there, it really could make a difference. So that's actually one of my goals, and like what I have on the website as things that I would like to do is to set up those classes for like first aid before first responders get there.
Yeah, I'd love to connect after this call and see how we might be able to partner with you, because
absolutely
there's so many ways that, you know, we can help amplify your message.
Absolutely, I would love that. Thank you.
Thank you, Regina. Nikki.
Sorry to chime in just a little bit.
Yes, please, Savannah, go ahead.
Sorry, I know that there are some places in Texas that they're doing like a immediate responder class. So I think they've created like a curriculum where they're going to motorcycle groups to go and teach this, where it's just that immediate response where you're waiting for the ambulance to come. So it's kind of like just, you know, prepping them, getting them stable for when controlling bleeding, things like that. So I know they do have those classes in I know they don't have them in El Paso. I'm not sure about Austin, but yeah, I would contact a trauma center in your area. There should be a trauma center in Austin, and they have injury prevention coordinators, and it's our job to go and do like this education. So they would be a really good resource to you, because they have a lot of that nursing education, and they do it for free.
Thank you so much.
No, yeah, of course.
I'm just thinking of anything that would facilitate, because I know that it's just not me. And you know what I mean? Like at this point, yes, I'm a grieving mother, but at this point it's turned into something else. And I think I've personally given CPR 3 times, 2 people and strangers, and it's scary. But you do what you do, and then you can fall apart later. So it's just a matter of like getting the spaces, especially Austin. I know that, like, you know, to rent a space, I talked to a lot of the EMTs and fire department, and they said that if I rented a space, that they would get volunteers to come and facilitate some of that. So I'm hoping, like, I know I have a lot going on, and like a lot of messages I want to go like get out, but they kind of all work hand in hand.
Yeah, absolutely.
So thank you. And Maurice, you're trying to jump in?
Yeah, I was just gonna mention the accident scene management classes.
Thank you.
That the Road Guardians were doing. There's a curriculum that's out there, and I know they're not doing as many, but it's a good program that kind of fits right in there, and I know you're familiar with it as well.
Yeah, and that was something I was going to bring up too. So thank you. Road Guardians and accident scene management have been part of our forum, which kind of just ties into the next one. I want to just say, someone mentioned working with churches. They might give you the space for free if you're trying to put together classes like this. We can share the person. Accident scene management, though, they charge for their class, and that's one of the big things. So, which brings us right into our next topic, which is the forum. They were at our last forum in 23, and they did a panel discussion with emergency responders, as well as our fun outside activity. So getting that a few years back, we had Stop the Bleed. I like the accident scene management because they also talk about specific to motorcycle crashes and the motorcyclist. And you're right, there's it's usually a driver. It's not necessarily a motorcyclist who is the first on the scene. It's another driver. And so getting those folks in the room and then helping to provide that information and opportunities to get that information. So looking at our forum this year, we're looking for some of those extra activities, something to get involved in at the forum in May, whether it's an accident scene management class. The drawback there is it's like an 8-hour class, so we'll have to see what we can do for that, but sponsoring for some of that, perhaps having MSF or one of the schools. It's easier going to be to work through MSF. They can get temporary range locations approved much quicker. I love Kathy. She does a lot of stuff. Kathy Rim is awesome at MSF. She's in charge of all that range certification stuff, but they can get temporary approvals more quickly to provide the rider skills lab, where whether you're never been on a bike or whether you have been on a bike and you're there and want to kind of test where your skills are, might be an opportunity as well. So we're looking for some of this feedback from you as the coalition members as to what would you like to see at that event. We have it scheduled for the 2 days, the Friday, Saturday. Potentially it's usually a 1-day event, but we'll have a meeting or something before or after. Maybe we can have one of these activities the day before instead. So please send us your feedback as soon as possible. I'll be working with the events people tomorrow to try to start making those final arrangements because time is short in trying to put together this forum. We did get a little bit of feedback on topics when we sent out our survey early on. So we've had a lot of interest in the training side of stuff. So the Department of Licensing and Regulation, what is the situation in training, funding, instructors, quality assurance rules, how to get more people enrolled, opportunities for unofficial training. So it's something that's not necessarily on a given course. We also had a lot about the legislation, profiling, lane splitting and filtering, and then just motorist awareness and licensing registration data, kind of a data review. So those are some of the things that we've heard back so far. If you have any ideas of other topics or someone that's kind of a subject matter expert that you'd like to hear from, please drop it in the chat or send me an email and we will see what we can do to get those folks and build a great forum this year. So bystander training, lane sharing. I've already spoken with the Snell Memorial Foundation. Their education person there is more than happy and willing to come out and do a presentation for us on what the requirements are for meeting a good helmet. We also had some of those II Insurance Institute
for highway safety.
Thank you, Laura. Just they're in the process of, or they just have published a paper on the cost of not wearing helmets, the number of lives that could have been saved over the decade. And then, talking, we had a what else? I think that's everything. Did I cover just about everything? think I covered everything that was
so.
on that
Yes,
list.
I'm sorry for my clumsiness and trying to share and trying to share the screen, but yeah, I think you got everything that's on there. Oh, did you mention Tail of the Armadillo?
Oh yeah, so that was something that came up interesting. I spoke with Ride Texas Magazine this last week, and when I was looking at their website, I saw an article about the Tail of the Armadillo, which is a loop out on the by Lake Travis on the west side of Austin. And it was those of us in motorcycling are familiar with the tail of the dragon. This was the tail of the armadillo, which if you know a tail of an armadillo, it's straight and stiff, but this is actually some curves in this, and apparently a nice scenic route that is not on our routes page on Look, Learn, Live. So, but they were doing it on antique motorcycles. So it's not something that we're trying to go up and do fast and technical, but just enjoying the ride, the scenery, and
I actually live there, and it's beautiful. That's where I live in Austin. It's absolutely beautiful, and the really no place. I said before, I have no business on a bike right now because of my mental state, but I will after I pass my courses, I will be riding again, because that was actually one of my sons and I favorite places to ride together, because it's so scenic and gorgeous.
So that was going to be an offer. I think we did it several years ago when we were doing the combined safety forum and mandatory statewide instructor training day. We would provide a course, a place for us to go ride afterwards. So those are some of the things. Please share if you all have any other ideas, learning opportunities, speakers, topics that that we can get starting to plan on that.
And definitely,
of course, save the date.
Yes, and save the date. And this is Laura, and I was going to say, and definitely, I mean, if anything is coming to your mind now, and I think I've seen a couple of things pop up in the chat, that's great. But if your mind works like mine, and after the meeting you go, oh, that's what I wanted to bring up, definitely never hesitate to contact Kathy or me. Shoot us an email. I think Kathy's email may already be in the chat. I'll make sure that mine's in there as well.
I'll drop them both in real quick.
Thanks. But yeah, definitely never hesitate to contact us. We are always so happy to get your input and to get your ideas, because they're always great. So yeah, we'll be looking to to definitely, our forum usually is about 5 or 6 hours long. On the one day, and then we've got, and as Kathy said, we've got an extra day kind of there for the taking if we figure out something we want to do for a second day. So we've got plenty of time to fill, and we want to make sure we include as many things as possible that you all want to see.
And another topic that's there, because we want to focus, we just like we talked about that bystander responder isn't necessarily a motorcyclist. So we want to make sure that we are also speaking to the drivers, talking maybe sessions about the perceptual awareness and how motorcycles are, the perception of motorcycles, approach, speed, inattentional blindness to motion induced blindness, all the things that the brain, all the little tricks our eyes and brain play on us when we're trying to judge a motorcycle in traffic. So as a driver, so any of those ideas as well, and how to reach people, to invite them and register for the event.
Thank you.
Got to have something for everybody, for the instructors, for the schools, for the riders, and for the drivers.
Yes.
And I think that brings us to our open forum, although we've
I
had
think it
wonderful
does.
discussions so far.
Yes, we are to. I won't try to throw the slide back up there because as you all have seen, I've had mixed success. But yes, right. The last slide in our presentation is basically just asking if there's any if there's any events or efforts happening in your area that you'd like people to know about, and any topics you'd like to hear about in a future meeting, or just anything else that's on your mind.
Is Doc still online? Doc, you still there? Okay. We'll be offering the circuit rider course coming up here, I believe, next month. So that we have it set up like he's been saying, we're working with B crash free, so that is the higher speed. I know someone was asking about a true higher speed, and that's a step beyond the advanced rider course. It's almost
kind of advanced.
And so we have it'll be 48 spots, and it should be a real fun course. I don't know if any really down south United States too much around this area, so
okay.
So we'll be offering that.
Awesome. And let's see, I'll put it in
Where?
Yes, put it in the chat.
Tomball, Texas. Safety on two
Can
wheels.
y'all hear me?
Yes.
All right. So it's actually the way you sign up. We actually have put a specific thing on our link on our website of safetyontwowheels.org. You'll scroll down and you can read about the CFC course or Circuit Riders course. And at the bottom of it, you click it and it takes you directly to the Be Crash Free website to sign up. We're simply providing the place and hosting it. This is actually being put on by Be Crash Free. They're working with Kathy. You got the range approved. And it's pretty cool. There'll actually be 4 rider coaches teaching that class. One, they alternate 12 riders at a time on the class. The other 12 are in a classroom session learning what they're going to be doing. And then we rotate every hour. So there'll be 1 rider coach in the what we call the pit area, bringing people in to tune up what they're doing, and 2 rider coaches actually on the range with riders watching them. And the rider coaches communicate together with radios so we can pull them in and adjust what we need to do and put them back out on the range. So it's a very fun activity, and it'll make you a better rider. So we've got quite a few slots filled up yet. I'm not sure how many we have left, but I would definitely try to get that message out. The price is $350 for the course, and the reason of that is we're bringing in rider coaches from other part of the country to do this and set everything up. So it's an expensive class, but it's well worth every dollar.
Doc, you want to tell them about the ARC coming up as well with the discount?
Yeah, we've got a discount ARC, our Advanced Rider course, coming up on the 22nd. If anyone's in the Houston area, it's only $75 for the course. We've got that just ridiculously cheap. We literally lose money on this as far as a provider by the time we do insurance and pay for the rider coaches. And so we've got that going. And we are probably going to do the very same price in January and March. Just to try to get people to take the advanced rider course. We're trying to get people to advance their skills. My greatest heartache, and if someone's here that's listening, it's with track schools. My greatest heartache is when people will go to a track and learn how to ride fast on a track, and then turn around and take that to the streets, and then they crash and burn and die, and they don't know why, because we have things like camber, pitch, angle, dogs, cats, deer, potholes, oil, and other vehicles that I don't think were on the track, at least when I raced back in the 70s against Kenny Roberts. I didn't have any of that in my way. And so our problem is we've got students, or not students, we've got kids. I'm 68 years old, so if you're 48 or younger, you're a kid. We've got kids that are going to track days, learning how to ride fast on the track. Many of them don't even have their license, and they're out here trying to ride as you can on a track, and it doesn't work. If we can find somebody who's big into track to help promote that, that would be huge. Possibly save some lives. It's good to be able to learn how to ride fast, but if we can just learn how to ride safe on the streets, Houston is just topped 600 deaths this year. And so we still have a few days left to make it for double, which is sad. Because that's just one little portion of the states. I'm sure there's quite a few more everywhere else. But it all has to do with speed, and most of it has to do with going off the road and curves or running into cars at speeds that are beyond the posted limit. So continued education is what we really got to try to promote, in my opinion.
Thank you, sir. Go ahead,
So
Kelly.
anyone who so I did just share the YouTube video that has the news clip attached to it also. But now that I'll be speaking at events, I would be grateful for anyone who has knowledge to connect with me. And because when I start sending out messages, I want to make sure that I get it right. So if there's any guidance or anyone with any advice or anything, I would be very, very open to listening to anything that you have, especially with people as experienced as you are, because I do want to make a difference. So you all seem very knowledgeable. So if there's, I left my phone number and my email in the chat. So anyone who is willing to connect with me, and I will continue to take the safety and education courses as I can with the funds. But anyone who's willing to share their free knowledge with me, I would be very open and grateful for.
Thank you. All right. Do we have any other announcements or any other comments from anyone?
I did drop the Safety in Two Wheels website link on the chat as well.
And I just wanted to put out there that we definitely have motorcycle related social media and our website. So if there's anything that you want, if there's anything that you want us to share out on our socials to help get your messages out, please get in touch with me. I'll put my email in the chat. But just talked about safety courses coming up with discounts. So we're happy to share any of that messaging for you. So just
that would be amazing. Thank you.
Thank you, Nikki. And I'd definitely like to chat with you about the forum in May as well.
Sure, absolutely. I was in mute.
I remember, I am horrible on remembering what year things happened. It kind of sometimes, if it happened more than yesterday, actually sometimes if it was yesterday, I don't remember when it was. But I remember at one of the conferences in Austin that there were vendor tables. There were just a few, but there were some vendor tables that were out sharing some of their information. And if we have room for that, we're open for looking at that for the forum as well. So we are also looking on our task force for somebody we reached out to the Motorcycle Dealers Association, the Texas Motorcycle Dealers Association, but we really didn't have a response from one of the dealer owners or managers, even their marketing person. Somebody, Joel is on that task force and as a school manager, riding academy school manager at the Harley Davidson dealerships. But so he sees it from that side, even though he is very much also involved with or somewhat involved with the sales side of it. But looking for some of the OEMs, the manufacturers or the dealerships that can be a part of that coalition. Another spot that we're looking to fill is in the insurance industry. Someone that I know Progressive does a lot of promotion on the large scale for motorcycle, and Nikki, if Boundless Rider would like to sit in on 4 extra meetings a year and give some input, from the motorcycle insurance side, that would be greatly appreciated. But the task force is the group that makes those does more of the action work, identifies areas, we help them, give them information, but they identify areas and come up with some of the ideas to increase the awareness, or make recommendations for other things that can be done if it's engineering side or something else as well. So if you know of anybody, please let us know.
All right. I'm checking to see if we have any other hands. If your hand's raised or if you're trying to speak and I'm not seeing you, please go ahead and speak up. All right, hearing, do we have a motion to adjourn?
I would like to just say thank you all very, very much for listening to my story. And especially Kathy, thank you for being that support. And I'm looking forward to getting to know all of you much better. So I want you to know that I appreciate you and I appreciate the invite, and I'm looking forward to moving forward with all of you.
Thank you, Kylie. Appreciate that. Glad to have you with us.
Thank you.
Hey, this is Rain. I move to adjourn.
Rain's like, I'm not done. I want to go. We are going to be looking at our next coalition meeting being in March. So the specific date to be determined, but keep a lookout for the save the date in March. Again, probably a Thursday, 10 to noon as our normal thing goes. So Maurice, as our chair, please let me know your dates if you happen to know anything. Greg Todd says Merry Christmas to everybody.
And thanks to all of our long-term people. We'd love to see you again. And thank you so much to all of our new people. We are just delighted to have you with us. And thank you for taking the time.
Next time, invite another friend too.
Yes.
So I'll second you now, Rain.
All right. Thank you all. We will get the notes out to you as soon as possible. And everyone have a very, very safe holiday season. And we'll see you again soon.
Merry Christmas and New Year's.
You too.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Take care, guys.
Bye-bye.
Ride safe.
And thanks to all of you for being here. Thanks for coming in person. That was